Hi everybody, my name is Cindy and I am an energetic stepping and wholeness counselor. I work mainly with spirit, mainly with my own spirit team Carla, and they are here to guide us from the 3D to the 5D reality. And we are currently in transition. We are on our way to the 5D, and there's so much happening in the external world that Carla would like to do more videos and share their perspective on how we are able to look at the happenings, what is going outside in the external world, and how we are actually can become self-aware by looking at ourselves and to go within and see what we actually can address within ourselves, and how to look at other people and how we are actually be able to guide them in our terms. I also work together with female celebrities who have been alive between the 1930s and 1960s. And if you would like to hear more of their messages, or actually you would like to hear their messages, I have uploaded them on my YouTube channel called Blue Lotus. And you will also find interviews that I've done with my teacher Patrick and with other Sacred Crystal Sound practitioners, because Sacred Crystal Sound is a method that I use to relax, rebalance and re-energize the body and mind. And it is a method that I give in person, but can also do on a distance. So even when you're in quarantine and you would like to help yourself and heal yourself, because you're the one who's going to do the healing, I will be able to treat you on distance. The only thing that I will need is a picture of yourself, either facial or full body in color or black and white, it does not matter. I will require as well contact details, with either an email address or a phone number, so we can set up a date and a time for the treatments. I just went outside, super quiet. A lot of shops, when not all shops, are closed. The supermarkets are luckily still open. Some supermarkets are taking some measurements. It's quite a big difference actually, since earlier this week I've seen there are security guards in front of the shops, or they don't let many people in the shops at the same time, so maybe 10 people or so. I saw a bunch of people waiting outside of the door, waiting to get in, waiting for their turn. And here in Switzerland, early this week, the sun was shining. A lot of people were outside enjoying the sun, getting some vitamin D. The sun is now almost like disappearing, although we are going into the springtime. It is getting a little bit more, there's not much sun outside. Yesterday it rained very hard. And I also heard that it will become very cold next week. So let's see how the people are doing when the winter is actually around the corner instead of the spring. We're also moving into April. April is a month here where it can have like 4 different seasons in one day. So it will be sun, raining, sunshine, snow, windy, all in one day, and it changes every hour. So let's see how the people are going to cope with that. So I have not yet experienced this in my own circumstances at the moment, but I hear that some people have either faced themselves, or I've seen it, or of course heard it in the news. Reports that people are fighting in a supermarket, people are getting stabbed because of food, and it became clear to me that now, because we are in transition to the 5D, that the level of consciousness is going to be more clear. So you will see the people who are fighting or in arguments, they are on a completely different consciousness level than we might most likely be, and at least the ones who are listening. And this will actually become more and more apparent, because the split is going to happen, and it is up to us, not to how to say that, not to be influenced by that. Yeah, so I will let Carla come through also to share their perspective on this topic. I already had some experiences myself with people on a different level of consciousness. I was still in the office, and you actually don't have to be in a time of distress that we are in right now. You can also have this in the office, as I just said, or people that you meet in the public transport, outside. It doesn't really matter. You might most likely can mention yourself a couple of situations that you had to deal with people who just simply did not understand you, and you did understand them because you have been there before. But they are not able to get to our level of consciousness because they miss it. They are not there yet. They still need to grow. So you will have a huge, how to say that, miscommunication between the two of you. Or at least when I speak from my own experience, I had a huge miscommunication with a colleague of mine, and I did understand her, but it was for me so difficult to actually try to explain it in a way that she would understand, because she was like super blocked. Anyway, I wish her well. I hope she's doing well. I hope she's doing fine, healthy and safe. But I will now let Carla speak and say, and ask what they actually have to say, and give more perspective for you, and maybe they will also will be able to share some guidelines as well for us how to cope in this time of distress. Hello, we are Carla. Thank you again for your attention and willing to listen to what we would like to share on the differences of consciousness levels that you might experience in your life in this time of distress. Important for you is to keep yourself on a high level of vibration. We are not saying it is easy, but it is doable. You are able to do this. What would help would be to meditate, bring you in a state of higher consciousness, of vibration. And when you are dealing with people of a different level, of a lower consciousness, so to say, you will not be that affected. In case you will deal with people of a different level of consciousness and they are not able to understand you, you would like to request you to stay calm, trying to find words that would help them understand what you mean. Shouting at them would not help, because that would even contribute to the frustration they have of not understanding you. Most likely they are at a point that they actually feel that they are not able to understand what you're trying to say, and that already causes the frustration within them. They unconsciously feel and are aware that you see things from a higher perspective, and they are very much willing to get there too, although they do not know how. So in this time of distress, we would like to ask for your understanding. Understand that the other is not able to get where you are at this very moment in time. Guide them when possible. Guide them with words. Stay calm. Even though people with a lower consciousness level might be in distress, in panic and fear, it is best not to contribute to that fear and increase it for them. They might be very much afraid for what is going on right now, being afraid of being affected, being afraid that they will get the virus. When you are convinced that this virus does not touch you, or you are convinced that you are healthy and safe, and the other person is very much in panic, the best thing to do is to understand and show them your understanding, rather than to say, well, this virus is just a cold, if that is your belief. We would just give an example. We are not implying that it is so. If that is your belief, that this is just a cold and is not harmful, please keep this information with you. Because when you say it's just a cold, it will only increase the anger that they have. They are not in control of what is happening, and that causes them frustration and fear. When you have a different belief system, just keep it to yourself and show understanding. Maybe you can ask some questions. What is it that they are afraid of? Not to say that they are wrong, because then they will feel misunderstood, not appreciated. They are not being heard. They are hurt from the inside, and when you say that they are wrong, it will cause more hurt within them. Respect the belief system that they have when they are in fear, and respect that you have a different belief system at this point of time. Show appreciation, guide them. We do not want you to get into a conversation that goes back and forward, that says, yes, I'm right, you are wrong. It does not help anybody. Observe the situation from the outside when possible. Observe yourself. What can you ask? Do you feel uncomfortable when you are not able to say anything? Maybe it's the best thing for you just to nod and say, I understand. You are in panic. I will be too. And maybe walk away, and that's it, because that might be it that the other person will need to hear. They are then being acknowledged, they have been heard. They are able to move on and say to themselves, I've been heard now. Let's see what else I can do and step out of this fear aspect or the panic that I carry within. We are asking you to stay calm, show appreciation for each other and understanding. Whatever is their belief system is theirs, and your belief system is yours. It is impossible, in most cases, to wake the other person up, so to say. They might need some more time, or maybe they will not wake up at all in this lifetime, and they will need more time. But that is not your task. Your task is to keep yourself stable, balanced. Go within and see how you are feeling and dealing with this time. We hope you're all doing well, safe and are healthy. Keep doing this. Start meditating if you have not done so. We will bring out more guided meditations, so stay with us. And we hope that this will help you in your journey into a higher level of consciousness. Thank you.